Welcome back to Sam's Shed, where we do all things DIY, woodworking, just making stuff in general. Today we're not in the shed, it's a bit chilly out there, so thought I'd tackle a little job inside. And by a little job I mean quite a big job. We're redoing the kitchen. Now I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, the kitchen looks fine, why are you redoing it? Well, reality is, on the face of it, it does look fine, and when we first moved into the house, we thought it was fine. After being here for a while, I mean just over 2 years now, but we noticed a long time ago whoever installed it didn't do a good job, and since it's been installed, doors have been pulled, things are peeling away. For example, this door here, on the face of it, looks fine. You open it up, the door's been ripped off and re-glued in. They haven't even patched it properly, there's glue drips dripping down. They've bodged it with about 4 or 5 different screws, and it's just a state, and I tried to rehang it a little bit and there was just no hope. Here, as you can see, the veneer's peeling away from the door, and they've put in a million different other screws and fasteners for various things. Trim work doesn't marry up properly. Making progress. We've got this side pretty much completely cleared out, tiles off the wall, just need to get the cooker hood off. The cooker's staying in situ, I'm going to build around it, which is a bit awkward, but I'm going to have to make it work. And then I've got this side left to do, taking most of the cupboard doors off, drawers out, so I need to take the tiles off the wall, countertops off, and then I will probably have to take the cabinets out. It's getting a little bit late now, so I don't know how much more I'm going to get done tonight. And get those out probably another day. So let's crack on. Right, if you hadn't noticed from the last clip, I'm now stripping the paint, back to the bare plaster. Yep. So when we pulled the tiles off, we realised that paint was peeling off with them. It's fine, kind of anticipated that. However, my plan to just sand the edges of the paint back a little bit, smooth it all out and paint over, was just never going to happen because it was peeling off in massive chunks and peeling straight off of the plaster. So I don't know what's happened over time, but a bit annoying. We're now going to have to strip the whole room back to the bare plaster because otherwise we're going to get ridges where the old paint finishes, and over time we run the risk of the new paint going on top of the old paint and the old paint still coming away from the wall and the whole thing being ruined. So, as with most projects, unexpected setbacks do happen. Annoyingly, this is now adding hours and hours and hours to the whole project. So, no better time than now, let's crack on. Of course, it was never going to be the one on the top that I needed. I need this one, right down here. Looks like I've got some boxes to shift.
in progress. I'm having to talk a bit quietly because it is 20 past midnight. I have been working some long days, late nights, trying to get this done. I didn't anticipate having to strip the entire room back to the bare plaster to paint. We were hoping we were just going to be able to sugar soap it and paint over the existing paint, so I probably lost a day and a half just stripping the paint. Yet another late night. Cabinet built. Got the racks up. Getting the interior done. Now, this floor and wall is so wonky in this old house and so unlevel. I've had to spend quite a lot of time trying to figure out the fall and where I can have my adjustment, and basically it turns out it's going to be far too tall on this end for the feet to fully touch the floor, I suspect, once I get across this end cabinet. And then once you get up there, I think actually it's going to be not enough adjustment at all, and I'm going to have to take the feet off and use blocks and just cut some blocks to the right height. So as you can see, this cabinet, this one on the right is 800 mil wide, and it's got 200 mil attached onto the side here, and across that 1 meter span I've got what we've got over here. I don't know whether you can actually see that. That's about 80 mil there or thereabouts there, compared to 95. I don't know whether you can see that. It's a 15 mil over a metre. So that's just how wonky this floor is, and that has caused quite a few headaches. And it's also partly why this build is taking a lot longer than I originally planned. There you go.